Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't.
Hey, everybody. Hey. What's happening?
What's up?
Welcome to the, what we calling this tonight? The Tuesday night Guitarsenal random whatever. Again, because that's what we do.
Predictable, if anything.
Right. The fucking JJR show. What's going on, folks? Jimmy's got a new guitar over there. Boop, boop, Cyclone Blue. Killer. I don't think we've seen that yet. It's going to get changed tomorrow.
Two new guitars and nothing for me.
Well, we got stuff to talk about, I guess.
We do. How was your show on Saturday, buddy?
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually was feeling decent enough to get out. I've been fighting some kind of crud. Pretty much everybody at work's been fighting some kind of weird-ass crud for the last week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's called Georgia.
And it fucking, it's weird. Like, you'll feel like shit, no energy, but you feel sick, but you don't feel sick. And then it kind of goes away for 3 or 4 days, and then it comes back tenfold, and yeah. Jimmy's further in the comments than I am.
Well, no, I'm just laughing at shit I'm thinking in my head. That are it's only appropriate for the green room.
For select few.
Yeah. We do not use OBS, Rico.
No, do not use OBS to do this. You'll only have problems.
We're using EV Mux. Yeah, I tried OBS like a year and a half or so ago or longer ago, and I couldn't get it. There was always some kind of big ass delay.
Tripod Jimmy.
So let's go through here and say hey to everybody, I guess. First person in was our channel member buddy Darboard, Darren.
Brother.
Peace.
What's going on, brah? Good to see you.
It's either peace sign or he's getting ready to finger blast.
Wow. Then we got Earl Coli up in here. He's waiting on UPS to deliver his Sire L3 LP Junior style guitar. What are we drinking tonight?
That was it, like
energy drinks.
Coffee.
3, 4 o'clock this afternoon. Priority.
Back to the kicking horse, thank Christ.
And he also wants to know if anyone's checked out the air step for the Tonex. No.
Jimmy exclusive, isn't it?
I know a lot of guys were using the air step for the Yamaha, the THR series amps. Tonex, I have no idea. There's Zach Thong. Happy belated. I know it was your birthday Saturday. I think I told you last week happy birthday beforehand, but yeah, happy birthday belated since I wasn't here on your birthday.
Birthday to Zach.
And then Ryan popped in for 8 seconds to say the chat is now open to everyone. It's probably a pre-recorded message. I don't know. Just kidding. What's up, Stu Petty? Fuck this guy.
Hey, it's Randy.
Old channel member Chuck C. You sell that Chubb tone, or did you trade it when you bought that Adrian Smith? There's Scotty. What are we talking about today? Random shit like always.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that guy too. Kurt. You know,
Five people.
I was talking to Kurt earlier. Was scrolling through Instagram at, I don't know, time to go home from work today, and a snippet of the pound cake video popped up, and you know, for part of the video, Ed's using the one of the two striped Music Mans. And I have never noticed that in the pound cake video, the one he's playing, the neck pickup, instead of being, you know, black and cream, the neck pickup is black with a red bobbin. Never noticed that. I was like, how have I never noticed that? I should know this. But you know, like I said, there was 2 of those red, black, and white striped Music Mans, and the one that's in the Pound Cake video is not the one that's in the Runaround video. But it is the one, if you've seen the picture of him sitting on the rocks in Malibu, and he's got like the big nicotine patch on his arm. That's the Pound Cake striped guitar. The differences were the Pound Cake one, the whole body is painted with a stripe job, whereas the one in the Runaround video, only the top is painted. It's still got a binding. It's still got the binding in the black back. So yeah, I never noticed
where
that.
those are these days.
One of them is still in 5150, and I don't know where the other one's been gone. He gave it to somebody. Kurt probably knows, but yeah. Got Cindy Z in the house. What's going on, Cindy?
Hey, Cindy.
KXM Rock. Can't believe the Bears won. LOL.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Timothy Richards. Evening, friends. What's going on, bro? Who else we got? Who else? There's Blue Mox.
Brother Blue.
Yeah, I had a killer day, as in I didn't kill anybody. Never mind. The man, the myth.
Off at 3:30 this morning, so it wasn't all. It was a long day.
The legend, Christopher Ive Sova.
Twat.
Little kids are there.
No way.
I'm still scrolling through all these fine people that's here. There's Tim Thomas. What's up, TT? Matt Stewart. What's going on, Matt? There's Cushman, NYC
Kush.
channel member. Mark Spurgeon. Channel member Rob Noxious. There's our boy Robbie Blackmore, the official.
Alien Skull.
Alien Skull, exclamation point. Hang loose. Bradley Wood, what's going on, bro? What's going on, Bradley? Who else we got? Did we get Papa Blue? There's Papa Blue. Oh, Papa Blue. Can't drive 55. And we mentioned him a minute ago. Rico.
You must not know how old I am.
Scotty said he's been fighting that sickness for a month.
Months.
Oh, searching for
You don't
tone
live in
here.
Georgia. What's up, Brian?
What's going on, Brian? Tripod Jimmy. Old bullshit. What Kurt says.
Old body style Chevy?
How does EV Mutts let you record guitar? Are y'all recording through an interface? We're all running through the Rodecaster Pro 2.
Live.
Yep. So we can record right into the Rodecaster, or you can just record. You can go into EV Mux, and up in the top right corner is you can record. Even in the free version, you'll get a certain amount of space.
Of course, 3 minutes is like 8 gigs. But
Right.
it
But if
sounds
you get a
good.
Rodecaster Pro 2 and a 1 terabyte card, I've recorded, God knows, almost every show since last year, and I still have 162 hours available on the card.
Damn. What's up, Keith H? Channel member.
Hey, Keith.
Keith,
Timothy Richards says, hey, Bean Dip Brian. Who else we got? We got him, we got this guy, and that guy, and that guy, and that guy.
Did we say hello to Bo?
Fuck you, Nightbot.
night bitch. Way, amen, Joe.
All right, I got carried away there.
You kind of wrecked that riff for me there, buddy, because I was on Instagram today going through Mikey Mojo's couple of reels, and he's like, he likes the hot chicks playing, and she started playing that riff, and she's it's the wrong click.
Hey Dan, there you go, bud. You get a little bit of the butchered version of the solo too. Way I man, Joe.
I say, way, man.
Way man. Way I man.
Wee-o.
I say,
There's
way, man.
Florida Claimers Teddy.
Teddy.
What's going on, Ted? Who else we got? I'm still scrolling. I'm like way behind, so yeah. There he is, Guitar Man Bo. What's up, Bo?
What's up, brother?
Sammy Reynolds, what's going on, dude?
Vaguely sexual there, Jimmy.
Okay, Blue Mox is telling Rico something about his interface. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights in the house. What's going on? Happy Tuesday and all that stuff.
Hey, buddy.
It was like a college dropout awesome.
It was better than the girl played on the reel, but she had better boobies than you.
Well, can't win them all. Sean Canada. Are you in Canada, Sean? Sean Canada?
I think he's Toronto. He's around Zach, I think.
A lot of Canucks up in here.
East Coast.
What's up, Wayne McConnell? Good to see you.
Wayne.
Getting there, I think. Geez, Randy, give me a... well, just tuck that thing away. Yeah, I've been working on that track for like 2 weeks now, and I finally kind of figured out what Warren's doing in the solo after the... because it's the solo's double tracked, and he's playing different shit, and you've got like 2 different delay times going and all that, so... it's kind of hard distinguishing what he's doing after the fucking... because it's different. But all he's doing is he's doing a... that's it. Now if I can just play it clean, you know.
Just do what he does live, man.
That's pretty much what
Randy
it...
would
well,
do.
that's how I've figured out what the fuck he does, is I've been watching live clips of the recent shows. So... Can't Drive 55 says, what's everyone's thoughts about the new Kramer releases? Not interested.
Didn't know there was any.
Yeah, they're kind of Schecter-y looking,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I don't know. I did have a sweet ass Kramer for sale on Reverb, but not anymore because somebody bought it.
What do you think about the new Jackson releases? That's what I'm talking about.
And what's in your paws there?
This is a 2011. This is 10 or 11. This is an 11. This is another new to me. I got it the day before I got the Jackson. I've just been spending too much time playing the Jackson. This is a new to me 2011 San Dimas Charvel made in Japan.
Nippon.
So this one's going tomorrow to Willie for pickups. Custom lines going and some cream rings. So
Very nice.
this guitar came set up pretty damn good. The action is almost laying on the fretboard. The neck's really, really nice. And the dude cleaned the shit out of it, and I have since greased it up with some darkness by playing it. And I swapped out that shitty chrome knurled knob for the old period correct brass there.
No
So-
shiny Floyd on there.
Yeah, it's the stock Floyd, man. The guy cleaned the guitar up really good before he sent it to me, so. And I didn't have to put a brass block on it because he already had one on it. Floyd's decked on the body for the old dive only.
He got her all set up just the way he liked it, and then he sold it.
What an idiot. This one's great.
Cool.
So,
Got a little Ain't Talking About Love in you, Randy?
maybe after I say hey to Andy Carson. What's up, brother Andy?
Carson.
And brother Joe Alba. I saw a couple.
Awesome Saturday, brother.
Saw a couple clips of y'all playing while I was at the Waffle House with my new buddies, and yeah, killing it, man. There's Master Rene Fernandez.
Hey.
Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well.
Good dude, great player.
Yeah, man. He's an awesome player.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was almost to the end, and then I fucked that all up. So,
Well, halfway through we lost 2, and then we gained 6.
yeah. Probably lost him when I started playing. Stu Pay says the Steve Crossroads Jackson. That's close. Not quite. It's close. It's close enough where everybody's flipping out over it.
Yeah, flipping out and
It's like the
selling out.
it's like the Jack Butler, but with the Dweezil Zappa control setup and non-metallic paint. They're cool. I'm just not a red guitar guy unless it's got black and white stripes on it. And even then, I've got one. I don't play it that often. I guess we'll probably do an EVH tribute thing again here in the next couple weeks when the 6 rolls around. So it'll get played then. I need to put a new jack in it. The barrel jack's kind of not grabbing the cable. So, Chris Trock. Cheers, everyone. What's up, Chris?
Brother Chris.
And I finally reached the bottom, and before Chris Trock. This guitar's in drop D, so that's a little weird. Doing that. Ain't talking about love. I guess I'll give John his.
Twas waiting for it.
Blue Mox is explaining to Rico about the Roadcasters.
Once you start, you're done.
Pretty much.
Yep. Can't imagine what they're going to come up with for the Roadcaster 3.
Who knows, man?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't talking about nub. That's the buckwheat version. Ain't talking about nub. Yeah, man, Willie's gig was awesome. Played a little private place called the Listening Room, or David's Listening Room or something.
Mm-hmm.
It may hold 100 people. And there's the front section's like a bar, restaurant type thing, and they've got tables set up with built-in chessboards.
Mm-hmm.
So I met up with some local folks. Actually, Anthony Capolino and Nick Ridgely. Anthony and I have followed each other on Instagram for years, and we finally met in person. He lives probably 20 miles from me, so we'll probably get some jamming out of him sooner than later.
Cool.
And he's another Van Halen 80s guitar nut. Plays tube amps loudly.
Sounds like my kind of guy.
They play a band. They have a cover band called Nick and the Knacks. They play pretty frequently on the north side of the ATL. And he's like me. He moves guitars and keeps the ones he likes. And if he don't play it for a while, he sells the shit. And he plays through. He's got a Germino.
Right.
Marshall clone, and he's got a SLO 30 and EVH Music Man and some Kramers, a couple Les Pauls, Tellys, all the good shit.
Yep.
So, but it was cool to hang out with them. It was actually Willie's band's first real show. Charles Green in the house. What's up, Chuck?
What's up, Chuck?
Good to see you, brother. And Willie's kind of trying to get the hang of being a front man.
Right.
And but no, it was good, man. They played like an hour, 15 minutes, pretty much all originals. They did do a couple covers, one of which they did. It's a 3-piece band, right? And they did a 3-piece band cover of Whipping Post and fucking killed it.
Nice.
I've actually never seen a 3-piece band cover Whipping Post and be able to pull it off, and they fucking killed that shit. And yeah, it's kind of funny. It's a kind of ragtag thing. So like you've got Willie on guitar and vocals, and then John Eads is the guy that owns the music store I go to in town. How I met Willie. John is a phenomenal guitar player,
right?
And he plays bass. And then their drummer is also a fellow by the name of John, who is a bass player, but he's playing drums in this gig. So it's like Spinal Tap.
Yeah. On the bass.
On the bass guitar.
So, but yeah, man, they killed it. It was a good time, good show. Anthony got to check out Willie's original, one of his only original Charvels he still has. It's pretty cool. It's a one hum San Dimas body, and it's got a big split going through the middle of it. And the story with that one, I think Willie told me the body cracked when he was drilling. I think he was drilling the pothole and doing the rear routing, and the body cracked down the seam of it. And Grover Jackson told him just to go throw the thing in the dumpster and start a new one. And they were building it for somebody, and I can't remember who it was being built for. Might have been like a Steve Lynch or something like that. And so after work, Willie went out there and got the body out of the dumpster and glued it back together and built his own fucking guitar out of it. It used to have the pointy headstock and all that stuff, and now he's got a OG style Strat head 22 fret neck on it.
Nice.
Things rough and tagged and beat to shit, but man, it sounds really, really good.
Yeah. What's he playing through?
He's playing through, I forget what kind. He's playing through a combo that he's got a 212
Right.
hook to. I forget what the fuck he's playing through. Actually, I think it's an old Yamaha tube combo because he worked for Yamaha for a bit in the 90s.
Right.
He had just retubed it and all that stuff. But it's got like the speaker out on the back where you can run a cab off of it.
Right.
With the 12 that's in it.
Nice.
So he was running it with a 212.
Pedal platform type situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's got gain. I mean, you get some good 80s gain out of it. Right. You know, it's not a metal monster by any means, but I mean, he does have a pedal board made of plywood with the pedals just shittily organized on it, twisted all different ways. Oh, yeah. And he's running like an old school MXR chorus and Phase 90, old school script Phase 90 from the 70s and all that old shit. Boss DD3 maybe, yeah, DD2, DD3. So, yeah, it was awesome. Really good time. Good hang.
Tinklins to strap back on and pack your shit up and drive around from gig to gig.
Yeah, of course he does. He's like, when are you gonna play? When are you gonna put something together and play? And Anthony and Nick were asking me the same thing. I'm like, you know what? It's pretty nice just getting to go in the other room and play a show and not have to put pants on.
Yep.
I said, you know, or lug fucking $10,000 worth of shit for $100.
Yep.
You know.
Yep, Charles.
But it does when you get out. You know, it's different when you go see big bands or whatever versus going and seeing a good local band.
Yep.
You know, you go see the good local bands, and it does kind of give you that fucking urge to put something together and all that stuff. Get out there and start doing it again. My problem is there's a plethora of fucking people to put something together with in Atlanta. Right. The problem is finding ones you want to work with.
Yeah, the hang.
And being a band with, because when it comes to a band situation, I'm pretty headstrong and like gonna try and take the reins of it.
Abrasive, difficult to work with.
Yep. Resisting, right?
So I always end up in bands where there's too many chiefs and not enough fucking Indians, I guess. However that saying goes. And when you've got too many, you can't have too many leaders in one band. You know, some bands work with 2 leaders, some bands don't. So
the way to solve that is
I'm working on it, Rico.
The Randy Price Project or something.
I'm working on it. I kind of gave Matt a little bit of old Matty McCullum some stuff, and he's kind of started working on programming some drums. And
call it The Price is Right.
The price is wrong, bitch. So, working on it. That's the other thing too, right? Is the cover band thing's fun, and it, you know, when it comes to playing live and putting something together, it makes money compared to getting out there playing all original music.
100%, yeah.
So, you know, but it gets tiring going and playing 4 hours of just nonstop cover tunes over and over again. You know, I've lived that life.
Yep.
So
been there, done that.
Speaking of Matty, there he is.
That was a great Instagram reel he had today, buddy.
Yeah. Darren says, ever hear that Paul Reed Smith with bandsaw necks in half, they were not right or not perfect? That doesn't surprise me if he did do that. I've produced for years now. Do you like songwriting or playing guitar more? Playing guitar more. My problem is the way I write is it just comes out in pieces, and I'll backlog pieces for years, and I'll come up with something else, and I'll go, oh yeah, and I'll go through my backlog of pieces, and that works. So,
you're a riff man.
Yeah, I'm not one of those. I'm not really good at sitting down with people like, let's write a song.
Yeah.
So,
like that cartoon they used to have years ago, the guy going to the gym, so he packs all his weight from home, loads them in the car, gets to the gym, unloads them, and then he's like, now what?
Right. I'm good at the arrangement part. When all the pieces and parts are in play, I'm really good at the arranging things. Mm-hmm. So, which is another spot where my assholishness comes through in a band situation.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in a band with you.
Sammy says, I can find people to play with, but the venues around here don't want to pay you. That's another problem. Is, you know, they want good live music, but then they don't want to fucking pay for it anymore. You know, they want you to come play a three 90-minute sets for fucking $200 or some shit. It's just like no, I'm not putting a fucking guitar and amp in the car for that. Bo says, when I do any cover type tune, it will always be my version of it, and for sure it would be a medley type style as well. And I can see that. In my last couple bands I've been in, we would do that. We would modify covers. And, you know, forever that kind of went against my grain of, because like when I would learn covers, I would try to learn them exact. And then you get guys, it's like, who the fuck cares, man? Just play it where they know what song it is and just do our, you know, make it ours. And, you know, growing up learning the songs and learning them the way they were recorded or played live or whatever by the artist is kind of like a short circuit a little bit.
It's a way of seeing things for sure.
Yeah. Did any of you see Henning's video for the May trim? I saw a clip that Quentin posted.
I saw that Quentin posted a clip, but I didn't go any further than that.
Yeah, it's neat. I have no interest in it, of ever having a guitar with one on it.
Lap steel for guitar. Huh.
I'm asking more of a specific question than that. Do you know how to write songs? Yes. I could show you a really easy way with the right plugins. Do you mean you can arrange chords or sounds or I don't know if you mean harmonies or harmonics. I can arrange all that.
Yep. Come from the land of when we had to do that.
Right. Yeah, I know how to write songs. I know how to write radio hard rock songs pretty well. I did it for years. Just could never get the pieces of the puzzle with the band members together where somebody just didn't fucking blow it when you get label interest. So Sammy says that's another thing. Venues also don't want you to play with an amp. Yeah, there's a lot of that in the Atlanta scene has gone that way.
I am out. Thank you.
Really? Really? I forgot to hit the like. Welcome in, Cucumber.
How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Cucumber. Charvel number fucking 482 or whatever number you're on. Gene Spliced in the house. What's up, dog? They're two different things, believe me. If you can do it well, I even have a platform I'm releasing in the coming months with contests based on people completing on the level of songwriting.
Cool. Have to come on here sometime and plug that stuff.
Matt says, I can't write for shit. I be the dumb.
You write just fine, buddy.
Exactly.
Well,
maybe even $1,000 US contest. Don't quote me on this. I'm quoting you on it now.
Yeah.
1,000.
Well, Matt, sometimes that when you
Close
don't
enough.
do the typical formulaic, writing songs things, that's how you end up with unique stuff. So
Don't think anybody here would argue that Matt is unique. Or is not unique.
Yeah, Matt's pretty unique.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I go back through my limited discography of shit that actually got released with bands. Most of it, because I mean, dude, it was like a radio hard rock band, basically. So everything was written in the mindset of this could be a single. And we're talking that current time, 2007 to 2010-ish time frame.
Photograph.
It was more like the Nickelback songs that weren't singles.
Right.
But we had a few that you could definitely
Played a bunch of that stuff. It's all pretty catchy and hooky.
Yeah, but we have a few like there's a few tunes on that last album that I don't think I played you guys that I was heavy in on the arranging of, and they're not the typical intro, verse, chorus, bridge, solo, chorus, outro.
Started at the end and proceeded towards the middle.
Yeah, or stuff that it's like a double verse.
Yeah.
And then it's the chorus, and then it's straight into your solo section, then breakdown, and then just one chorus at the end. So instead of having like verse, chorus, it's a verse. It's like I said, literally a double verse into a chorus, and then there's a breakdown, bridge, solo, back into a chorus, and then an outro. So. Still going through the comments. Let's see who else. So there's some new folks be popped in here, and this conversation with the Roadcaster is getting good over here. Now you've got like 10 people in on it. Did you really write everything? So you mean chords, arrangements, lyrics, everything original? I didn't write much of the lyrics, but as the other, chord progressions, harmonies, little melodic lines, solos, and then arranging it together or rearranging it. Yeah. You sit there and you lay something down and you're like, oh, this is good. And then once you hear it all put together, you're like, nah, fuck that. This needs to be here. This riff needs to be changed to this. And yeah, I mean, there's times where you have a song layout and it's just like, it's just too stock, you know. And then you go back and kind of need to get back and do this and change this, and this riff would be better if it was done like this type of thing. Now,
we used to do it all in the room, like jamming.
Feel it out with everybody playing it, yeah.
Bass player, drummer, and myself.
That would be when you could really tell if something was going to work or not.
Yeah.
So, Pete, what's up, Pete? Nothing wrong with writing hooks. Always winning formula. Pete writes all his own shit, and it's good. Kevin Brava in the house. What's going on, brother? There's Way Up, dude. Whatever's going on is his fault.
100%.
We're not looking necessarily on the level of structures or beats or sounds. Full finish, ready to go and release singles. Yeah, done that. What's so good about the Rodecaster? I love my Apollo. The Rodecaster works for what we do.
Yep. It's a tool. That's all it is.
It's a tool. Now, would I use the Rodecaster if I was going to sit here and record guitars into Logic or something? You probably could.
Well, it's your mixer at that point, right? You just turn it into a mixer.
Right.
Piece of gear. Because if you're just going to record that, you might as well just go right into your computer and bypass the...
Right. I mean, if I was going to do something like that, I would be using an Apollo, and if you're using Logic or something, you've got all the plugins in the world available. So, I mean, if I was sitting here making an album or something, I probably wouldn't go through the Rodecaster. But for the live streaming thing, it's the best. This the best thing we've found to do it, where it's an all-in-one deal.
Yeah, Caster part of the Rode. Rode is the company. Caster is the kind of what it does, really. It's a mixer,
thanks.
dual interface, and then it's got a bunch of storage and stuff on it, right?
Yeah, pretty much. The Rodecaster is specific to streamers. Yeah, I mean, that's like what John just said. I mean, that's what it's made to do. It's a podcasting platform, mixer, multi-channel. You know, you've got your sound pads. You can put your backing tracks or sound effects or whatever the fuck you want in.
Yeah.
You know, you've got 4 XLR/quarter-inch TRS inputs in the back of it. You know, and it's specifically set for you can have, you know, line level, instrument level, microphone. It's got I don't know how many built-in mic pre's it's got in it.
4 or 5. I thought it was 4. But
4 or 5. I mean, your major mics that you're going to use, your SM7Bs, your Rode mic, 57, whatever. I think there's a Neumann one in there too.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. SM7B, RE20, NT1A, NT1, Procaster, Broadcaster, Pod Mic, Condenser, Dynamic, and then an instrument and a line in, which is...
And the thing it does do that we don't really talk about, it takes a lot of strain off the computer.
Right.
It does a lot of the heavy lifting and processing there.
Right. Also, I'll come back and let all of you know when it's released. However, y'all did give me free membership, so I'd be happy to let any of the crew upload for free at launch. We charge per song uploaded. Gotcha. Cool. Maybe if I can ever get over to Matt's, we can finish the one when we started. Thanks, Joe. But we're like talking streaming processing because that's actually pretty cool. Exactly. You say you had Van Halen stuck in your head, Jimmy?
No, I do not, Randy.
Fuck that.
Oh.
I absolutely do not.
Do you need?
Baby.
Do you need it stuck in your head? Oh, wait a minute.
There's worse things.
Hello, baby.
See, I have that just queued up on a button, Rico.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, Rico says, damn, I was hoping Jimmy had Van Halen stuck in his head. I mean, we can get it there, no problem.
We've been doing it consistently for about a week and a half now. So.
Oh, things just bounce off of this soft-boiled thing I call a brain.
Jimmy doesn't take anything in he doesn't want at all. Fuck you.
Right.
Cast thee away from me.
If I can tune a woman out, I can tune anything out.
So that's a new build today, Jimmy?
That's the killer.
Yep.
Well, let's see.
Oh, I got the last pieces and bits for it today at like 1 o'clock. So, it's another pearl body.
Yeah. Alder.
I'm really liking the. You must have a good stock of maple,
Right.
because the other two maple ones that I have sound great. So it's like, well, I'll just keep rolling with it.
Mm.
And it's quite a bit easier to work with. I mean, it's not super hard, but it's good, solid, dense maple. And so when you're working with, a decent, chunk of wood like that, is you're less prone to blowouts and shit, unlike, trying to work with
down the middle.
when you're working with like poplar or basswood. And
Pine.
sometimes alder you get a lot of, fraying out and splintering, or if you're trying to drill a hole too close to the edge, you'll blow that son of a bitch out.
God damn
I'm
How many have you
specifically
thrown in the wood bin?
actually none. I've gotten lucky that poplar one was a little bit more of a challenge where I had to just, kind of slow down and take my time, because I'm doing all this with just hand tools.
Right.
To make everybody see. It's like, I'm doing all this crap. I've got a hand router. I'm, hand routing by hand. Just, drills and all that, and I'm putting these things together.
You don't have a full fabrication woodworking shop in your garage,
Nope.
is what you're saying.
Nope. I mean, I have access to that stuff, but I'd just rather not use it.
Pretty soon you're going to do away with power altogether. Go off
Yeah, I'll
grid.
get down the hand crank. This drill's my grandpappy from 1896.
Exactly. You'll be like that dude, I forget his name. He's off grid there. But yeah. He's a rancher.
So this one's 3 singles. I kind
But
of
is
wanted
it
to
really,
do
Jimmy?
well, single sized. But it still has that, they're not super high output pickups. They still do the, you can get the old jangly twang out of them, and they handle gain real good.
Human CNC machine. That's awesome.
I am not a robot.
He's an individual with a very large third ball.
I mean, I've got
Be
all
safe,
kinds
Andy.
See you, brother.
See you, dude.
Got tons of necks.
Still.
So I can just, I've got enough necks and bridges where I can probably do another. I think I can at least do another 6.
Gonna have to scrape the Ibanez name off and put your own stuff on there. The biter attacker or something.
So yeah, so this one.
He's pretty, man. And that's that stain with what kind of top coat you got on it?
So this is a different. It looks similar.
Right.
This is a royal blue. This is called Cada Candy Royal Blue, and of course, you know the camera. It's got these purple streaks,
right,
that run in it, but still the same. It's, you know, base Zyklon blue.
Is it like
Godo.
toxic as shit too? The same as the other one?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's all over my fingers. So
looks good, but it'll
if I
fucking
ended
kill
up,
you.
So Seymour Duncan Hot Rails neck SHR1RN, and then some Ibanez C1 stacked singles that are, I know they're probably in the 7K range.
Right.
And that's this the Seymour Duncan's like a 10.8, so there's not really a whole big, you know, it's not like 15 and or 16 and 8. That, this neck is the one that I took off the green, the one that was originally green, and I put it on this one, and it worked better on this guitar. So it's just a single volume 5-way switch. Did the old, I like doing this, you know, on here, hacking that off for a little bit of more access.
It looks cool too.
So
2 springs, Jimmy.
Yep. 2 Godo springs. When I'm running 9-42 or 9-46, I always use 2 springs. The Godo springs are a little bit shorter than the Floyd ones, so you can get a little bit more pressure out of them.
Tension, yeah. Very cool, man.
I'm glad you mentioned the Godo springs, because the fucking stock springs on this Jackson are stiff as shit. I took it down to 2 springs, and this fucker is still stiff as shit.
Let's do 1 then, man. See what happens.
Well, I mean, you see how far that claws in.
Yep.
With 2, it ain't gonna go. It ain't gonna go enough for 1. So I don't know. I need to get some black springs. They seem to, with 2 of them, have the tension that I like. This thing is like super stiff with just the 2 on there. I mean, it's really just as stiff as it was with the 3 on there with the 2. So
Jimmy can fix that for you, Randy.
Well, aren't you in the room with your son right now? That's kind of weird.
You dirty old bastard. What's even weirder is he's got his wrestling mask on.
Oof. Don't encourage that. So you said the Godo springs are
shorter.
Here,
they're shorter, so they're stiffer.
Let me grab the package. Well, since they're shorter, is, you know, if the screws for your trim claw are long enough, is you can let them out a little bit, and then you have a little bit more. You have more room.
Right.
I think they may have a little bit more tension because they are shorter. Let me grab the package and so you can see what the number is.
PSPs. So I want to see what they are versus the Floyd Rose black springs, which is what I usually use. I don't like the reds. They're too stiff. He had to turn his camera off to...
Well,
I don't want you to see
the
my
girth of his
ball
balls. Yeah.
flopping around.
Got an intricate set of trusses that he uses.
PSP.
Yep. Black selling packs of 3.
Yep. Does it have a tension on them?
No, it doesn't give you any kind of weight or rating.
Because the Floyd's weight, depending on the length, will give you a weight in Newtons.
Newton.
So these are an inch. Just the coiled section is an inch and 7/8, and the overall is 2.5.
What the fuck is that in millimeters? Because Floyd does theirs in millimeters.
Well, I don't have my Amish tape measure at the moment.
They're cheap enough. Just buy them and see what happens.
I mean, since I'm usually only using 2, as I always buy, 2 packs, because then I can do, 3 guitars with 2 packs. Relatively inexpensive.
You've got a stock of probably about 80 of those packages, right?
Just re-upped. I bought, 5 more packs of them.
There you go.
I came in, it was some of the parts I was waiting for today, and then plus all the little neck ferrules.
Yeah, yeah.
I go with the small 12 millimeter ones.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to find a decent enough Forstner bit in metric.
Right.
Because a lot of them are you either have 12 millimeters. Most OEM size is the 14 mil ones.
So how many inches did you say they were?
Overall, it's like 2.5.
So the Floyd ones are 67.5 millimeters, which works out to 2 11/16, just short of 2 11/16.
About 3
9 inches, eh?
shorter.
2.65 inch, basically. And that's just going off Philadelphia Luthier Supply.
I like the way you've got the neck attached, though, Jim. I like the countersunk there. It looks cool.
The ferrules.
I mean, sometimes I don't mind the neck plate, but if you're going to give me a choice, then I'll always go for these ferrules.
Yep.
And this one I did again is the neck has the threaded inserts
Right.
in there, so instead of just wood screws, it's just a machine bolt that goes right
I know
in.
back in the day, a bass player had I think it was an old Warwick bass that had those in there. The thing just felt like fucking solid as shit.
Yeah.
That sounded great.
Yeah, you can crank them. It's I mean, the little packs that I'm getting, they're stainless steel. They're hard stainless steel machine bolts.
Right.
And you can crank them down pretty hard. I mean, you start cranking. I mean, you get the old screwdriver out and start, and you can just hear that neck starts to pop when it gets sucked down to the into the neck pocket. So I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. I mean, I'm not. If you custom order a body from Nate Pearl, you're looking right around $400.
Yeah.
But if you go on to his eBay
Yep.
page, he has all kinds of Fender, Stratocaster, Telecaster, a bunch of Ibanez bodies. I'm really looking at some of his Destroyer bodies because I do have another RG neck with the all access neck joint, and he's got a maple Destroyer body.
Oh yeah.
2 humbuckers routed for any of the edge bridges, and a lot of these bodies that I'm buying are kind of averaging in the $180.
Ooh.
Which is, I mean, that's
great value for maple.
Yeah. And I haven't. I mean, let's see. This is number 4. that I've done, and every body has been spot on. I mean, as far as everything lining up, so he's got his shit dialed in.
That's cool.
No, this is actually 5 because I have that Voyager, that Reb Beach thing.
Oh right, yeah.
And so the only thing I tell them is that when I buy a body, is they're all the default is a 10 millimeter hole for the insert for the posts, for the bridge posts. So I just tell him, it's like, yep, he takes them out to 11, which isn't quite big enough really for the Godo inserts, because the Godo ones are like 11.3, 11.4. So I kind of have to just, massage them just a little bit, because you don't want them too tight or you'll split the body when you're pressing them in. But, it's, nobody makes a bit. Well, you can have a custom made bit, but I mean, that's just ridiculously expensive. Yep. So he drills them out to 11, and then I just take a little bit, my Dremel, and I have one of those little sanding gizmos that has the little drums on there, and if I get it just right, tighten it down just right, then I can just work it, and it doesn't make the hole oblong, as I can just run it smoothly down into the hole and just take that, that 0.3, 0.4 bigger, so that when I'm pressing them in, they're snug, but it's not going to pop the body.
Boys, I'm hitting a wall here. I'm going to jump out. I'm done.
Well, Scotty says, where in the F can I find metric drill bits in the United States? No one sells them. I mean, I got like a whole fucking pack of them. Like a whole giant set of metric drill bits. But I also have multiple tool trucks that fucking visit me during the week.
Freedom units.
So. I don't recommend mechanics drill bits, like twist bits, unless you're running like, a drill press or a mill, because if you try to use a twist bit, trying to drill a hole, is a twist bit will grab the wood and just suck that fucking bit right down in there, and you're fucked. If you're using twist bits, you need to run. Right, see you, John.
See you guys.
See you, John.
If you're running twist bits, you need higher speed, and you need to have your piece clamped, and use a drill press or a mill. SAE, it's Imperial, Scott, because it's the best.
Yeah. The absolute best.
Well, if you buy Kaler stuff, everything is Imperial.
Nothing on cars hardly is in Imperial anymore. Everything's pretty much metric on American vehicles, except for the dumbass like E-Torx bits and stupid shit like that. Those are fucking stupid. Yeah. And the EP, which is the inverted Torx plus. Yeah. Stop it. Yep. Keep that shit. You keep that shit in Germany.
All designed to keep the regular guy from working on his shit.
Well, it's like now there's so many of these bolts that are like the enhanced Torque Plus or Torx Plus or the inverted Torx Plus, and they're all made out of titanium. So the bolts are light as shit. But when they seize on a steel stud, fucking forget about it. I thought they learned years ago not to put steel bolts into aluminum and stuff like that. No.
Not without some antices. Scotty's scared of Kalers. Scotty's scared of Kalers.
I just don't like Kalers. It's funny. Speaking of Kalers, so when they announced these, the Pro Origin series, 1985, the amount of people that bitched, well, if it was really going to be 1985, they should have put a fucking Floyd on there. They should put a Kaler on there. Well, then the guitar wouldn't be $1,100 because a fucking Kaler is $450. So shut up. They're like, they didn't start using Floyds till '87, and even then it was if it wasn't a custom shop, it was a JT6. So take the Floyd off and route it for a Kaler. I'm personally
I
like,
don't know. There's lots of your favorite artists that have used Kalers with no issues and still use them.
you leave Mr. Cantrell out of this. Well, you know, I mean, even like back in the 80s when like Phil Collins was playing these Jacksons and shit, they all had Kalers on them. Like the original, the what the fuck, the Dracula guitar, the Boris Karloff. Was it Boris Karloff Dracula? It's like the only Karloff graphic Kirk Hammett doesn't own. No, it was Bela Lugosi. Excuse me. The glow-in-the-dark Bela Lugosi Dracula is still one of like the only old horror movie graphics Kirk Hammett doesn't own the rights to. But that guitar, I think it's got a Floyd on it now, but it originally had a Kaler on it. A lot of his early stuff, if you watch that concert video they did in '87 on the Hysteria tour, all of his San Dimas body Jacksons were Kalers. So I'm looking at it. Yeah, it's got a Floyd on it now.
Well, Kerry King was a stupid whammy freak, and he used the shit out of that Kaler.
You know, the thing is with that though, I think the guys that back then that their first good guitar had a Kaler on it. That's what they really they got used to playing on, and that's what they use. And they've asked Kerry King about that. Why do you use a Kaler over Floyd? He's like, because I'm used to it. He's like, my first guitar with a trim had a Kaler on it, so I'm just used to it. Same thing with Cantrell. He said the same thing. His first good guitar with a trim on it, which was that first G&L Rampage, aka the Blue Dress, had a Kaler on it. But he even went even further and countersunk his Kaler into the body, and then still put a Floyd nut on it.
I do like the Kaler nuts over the Floyd nuts, though. The Kaler has a built-in string retainer.
Right.
So you have to drill holes and put that bar on there.
I mean, Scott's got a point here. Kerry King just plays wank solos. Yeah. I mean, fucking A.
He still did it with a Kaler.
There's you a Kerry King solo. And yes, this Floyd does pull up. Just not much.
Yeah. There's people that say the same thing about Floyd Rose's, Scott.
That's it. That's all it does till the block hits the body. Need to just stick some wood in there and call it a day. Oh, you talking about Chevy Vega earlier. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with an aluminum head on a steel block. Where they went wrong is doing torque-to-yield head bolts, which was a massive failure. Just look at the North Star V8 in the first couple years of production, where they almost had their asses handed to them because of torque-to-yield head bolts.
Correct, but Phil Collins, the drummer,
Yeah.
was Collins, I-N-S.
I can feel it.
Coming in her hair. Oh, my bad. Scott says the Floyd saddles aren't exactly comfortable. I beg to differ. Godot is better there. I don't like the way my hand feels sitting on a Godot Floyd. And it's just purely because I'm used to a regular Floyd saddle. So, and if you have your bridge angled, well, this one's level. I mean, and they have gotten now where like the backs of the saddles are rounded instead of just straight.
Sharp points.
So, I mean, this one's pretty smooth. So,
I mean, the guitars that have Floyd Roses on them, that's the first thing I do is that first saddle is I get the old little file out and round over the corner.
yeah, see, these are rounded, but this is a 1000 series too. So, I don't know if the German ones are rounded or not. The new ones are. The US made ones are. I don't know if the older ones are or not. I'd have to grab one of those guitars back there to tell. So, there's that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I've had a couple guitars with Godo Floyds, and they feel weird to me.
Made out of the same metals, basically the same construction. Profiles are slightly different. Bridge plates are within millimeters of each other. The why I like to use them is because the Godo is a better value.
Scott said he don't like the damn ring around the end of the bar. Why? You don't want to hear it do this? This is actually not the stock bar this one came with. This is a German Floyd bar. The end of the 1000 series bars that goes in the collar there. Focus, that end is bigger around on the 1000s than the Germans, and they make a really nasty grinding noise if they're not machined just right. And this one made that really nasty noise. So I took it out and popped this German arm in because I just had one laying around. But, you know, people don't like the collar because they go, oh, it comes loose. Well, I mean, mine's loose, period. I get it right where it's snug and then back it off, and so I can do that. But if you want it like that, I mean, my suggestion for if you want to fix that on a Floyd, get the push-in style arm. They don't come loose, and if you leave them loose like I do, they don't really make any noise because of the bushing that's in there. Or you can do like Scott does and swap the collar out to the old style with the 11 millimeter nut and the nylon washers.
Which is my personal favorite, is I love that old style.
Yeah, I've got a couple of the 84 reissue Floyds, but I mean, I leave the bar loose in those too, so they make even more fucking noise.
Well, there's ways to get around them where they can still swing but not make any noise.
Yeah, like the way
They
Ed do it, where like the way Ed would do it, he would double up the washers and leave the nut a little bit loose so the whole collar would spin in the base plate.
Yeah, a lot of times I see them put together wrong, where you have a metal flat washer and then your nylon washer, and your nylon washer is supposed to go on the base plate. And then the metal washer goes on top of that, and then
right.
And then you put your nuts on it. People put those back together. This doesn't work right. Well, no shit, you put it together wrong.
Dumbass. Yeah, if you ever, back to Van Halen, if you ever look at there's sometimes if you can, at different periods on the 5150 and the Frankenstein, you could see where he would double up the nylon washers, but he'd always leave the collar itself loose, and the bar would be tight in the collar. That way the whole fucking thing would swing. And then sometimes he would just have one nylon washer on each side, and that's it. I remember I had my Frankenstein set that way, and I had Willie do a fret level on it, and that fucker gave me the guitar back, and he'd tighten the collar up. I was like, man, it was like that on purpose. He goes, oh, I thought it'd just come loose somehow. My bad. And then I sold it. So
that's why I kind of like those PB trims, is they, those they put on the Wolfgangs and the HP specials, is because it had the, except they didn't use it. It wasn't an 11 millimeter nut. They put a 12 millimeter nut on it.
So Joe says, please use a good amp like Marshall's. I'm good. I am a 6L6 tube guy. And the only Marshall that I've ever gotten a tone out of that I personally liked was the JVM 410, which I guess is their newest in the super high gain, in their higher gain amps. I personally don't think I sound good through a 800 or a JMP or 900 or a 2000, especially a TSL 2000. Ugh, nobody sounds good through a TSL 2000. So, I've just never been a Marshall guy. I've played through a billion of them. I've played through, now like the Friedmans, I think the BEs, I've played through a couple BE Deluxes and the JJs. But I mean, that's like a Marshall to a whole new animal situation. So, I like the BEs. I like the JJ. I've played a Pink Taco. They sound pretty good. So, but as for just buying a Marshall, it ain't gonna happen. I like the 6L6 compression, the squish of a 6L6. I mean, I've played several other EL34 amps that I think sound great, like Bogner's, and I think the EVH EL34 sounds great. Most of the Ingles I've played have been 6L6s. I've played pretty much every variant of a Ubershaw you can get, whether it be a 6L6, KT88, or a EL34, and I think all of them sound great. But once again, I mean, amps are to everybody's taste. Not everybody sounds good through everything, so I think, at the end of the day, it's just whatever. It doesn't matter what the fuck you play through. In the end of the day, 80% of it's going to sound like you. Darren asked a question earlier if we'd ever used an ISO cab. I haven't. Jimmy's thinking.
You mean to do this? No, not in this manner. I mean, I've built ISO cabs so that I could crank, an amp up.
So Darren says, would Eddie touch the trim bar to the body to get resonance from the body? Are you talking about when he would dive the bar all the way as far as it would go, or having the trim itself against the body? Because the trim itself against the body was his tuning stability thing. If he ever broke a string, he didn't want to have to fuck with the whole, I gotta switch guitars, because the whole guitar is out of whack and I can't finish a song. So, no, I don't think he said dive all the way. I don't think he dove it all the way to get resonance. I think he just liked the sound of the string being flopping against the damn neck, that low wobble. Sammy says, I need a lot of gain to hide my slop. I just like a lot of gain. I can play through a cleaner amp, no problem. And the thing is once you put all the fucking delay and the goop, whether it be chorus or detune or whatever, I mean, you really can't tell how much gain I use because it sounds like a lot more. The gain on, like even on this modeler, my gain's not all the way up. It's on about 1 o'clock. But I think I am pushing a smidge more of it with the EQ. I think I've got the EQ, the output on the EQ fucking bumped the smidge. Just depends on the amp. But like generally, like when I play my real amp, my 5152, I think I've got the gain on it about 130, which is plenty on a 5152. Then you get the guys that put a fucking overdrive in front of it too, and which I did with the Tube Screamer, but I used it more of just a lead boost, punch a little more mid in there. So yeah, Darren, I think back to that, I think Ed just liked the way it sounded when you did one of these. I think he just liked that. That and with a Strat trim, on the first couple albums, he couldn't do it. You can't dive a Strat trim all the way down. A 6-screw, anyway. That's how you can tell.
Consequence.
Right. That's how you can tell. Fun fact, if you didn't know, all the shit that he talked about not liking the Bumblebee Charvel, he did use it on an album. It was used on Women and Children First, on Everybody Wants Some. Because when they recorded Women and Children First, that was the only guitar he had that had a Floyd on it. The Frankenstein didn't have a Floyd on it until like April or May of 1980. So there's some super full slack dives on Everybody Wants Some, and the only guitar he'd have had that would have done that would have been the Bumblebee. Fun little tidbit of information there. Yep, Fireball. The Savage is my personal favorite Engel amp. Zenfire. Welcome in. Good to see you. Fireballs are cool. Powerballs are okay. But my favorite Engel is going to be the Savage. And it doesn't matter. The 60 sounds just as good as the 120 to me. I tell you what amp I wish they would bring back, and they probably don't have to now because they've got the small Fireball, is they used to have a Gigmaster. It was a 15 watt. And that amp was just brutal. I think it was a 6V6. Or what's the smaller 6L6? Is it the 6V6?
Yep.
I think it was a 6V6 amp. That's one thing that's cool about Engels is their low wattage amps. They'll still put full size fucking tubes in them instead of going the route of the EL84.
That's why I was kind of surprised at the that new EVH amp, the 15 watter with the full size.
Yeah, the new 15 watt
like,
Iconic.
See, it's not that hard to do.
Yep. I actually think that Iconic EL34 sounds really fucking good.
Yeah.
Even the 80 watt, I think it sounds better than the 6L6 version.
Yeah. And I laughed my ass off when when the amp wasn't out yet, but they were, ramping up the hype and everybody's like, it's going to be a piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. And then it comes out and they all had to eat crow because it actually sounds really good.
Yep. Favorite Victory amp? The Kraken's the only one I've ever played. I haven't played a Sheriff or any of the other ones. The only Victory I've ever played has been a Kraken. Am I still using the SD1? No. I'm full modeler and IRs at this point.
I am. I'm using my SD1 to goose this Tonex.
I've heard of Rock City amps, but I've never played one or seen one in person. Yeah, once I got the hot one, whatever the fuck. Once I got the Ampero dialed into something I liked, it's just, I don't need to add anything else. People say that this thing takes pedals pretty well. I just haven't. I mean, the only pedal I'm pushing into is the wah. Which that's going to be my next pedal purchase. I'm going to ditch this Crybaby because I'm tired of the toe switch. I'm going to pick up a Bad Horsey. One of the newer ones, the 2020s that are smaller with the contour switch so I can cut some of that high out of it. So, hot one. Yeah, apparently the actual way you pronounce it is hot tone. They just forgot the second T. You see, a 5-watt amp in the closet can put any single big bottle power tube in it, self-biasing. Cool. But yeah, Scotty, the amps I'm using in the Ampero is the captures of the Mesa, the JP2C. I think they sound pretty good. What's funny is the modeled Soldano sounds better than the actual capture of the Soldano in there. The 5150 sounds pretty good because it's based off the block. It's a capture of the block letter. So any of the amps in there that say HQ next to them are actual captures. So the cabs they use for the 5150 are the 5153 cabinets. But the actual 5150 amp in the modeler is the block letter. And then it's got the BE and every Marshall, the 800, the 900, the JV or the JMP, the Plexi, all that stuff's in there. I think they're captures of most of them. Dude, I don't even know. There's so many amps in this thing. I don't remember. There's an Engel in there. I don't remember which one it is. I don't remember if it's I think it's the Fireball. It may be the Powerball. I'd have to look. There's no Ubershaw, which kind of sucks. The Ecstasy's in there, but no Ubershaw.
Have you heard demos of the Uber Ultra?
The actual amp?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've played an Uber Ultra. I've played a KT88 Uber Ultra.
It's this newer version's fucking kicking ass. I guess it's completely redesigned from the ground up, so it doesn't share any common ground with the old version.
Right.
And who did probably the best version of it was the Jared from Tone Wars.
Yep.
Did a killer demo of it. Made it sound pretty goddamn good. I thought it sounded pretty good.
Right.
Now I sent him an email. It's like, so when are you gonna give me a Tonex capture of your Uber Ultra?
Yeah, I need to find somebody because I mean the Ampero does that shit too. Take the Ampero to Guitar Center and go do a couple captures in Guitar Center. Take a laptop and shit with me.
Go into the platinum room, lock the door, and
yep. No, I'm not using it. Well, yes. My dirty tones are all rack effects. So, I mean, it's guitar to amp, cab. And like I said, I'm using the JP2C for crunch, lead, and clean. So the crunch and the lead, they're the same setup. They're just EQ'd slightly different. The lead's got a little more of a mid push and knocks some of the treble off of it. And so it's the guitar to the amp to the cab which is an oversized rectifier cab with a dual mic setup, 57 and I think it's a 121 on the cap edge. And then it's got the Mesa 5-band EQ, and then it goes into the Eventide style dual detune to the 2290. They did a really good job with the 2290 delay in this thing. So it's 2290 for delay, and there's a gate in there. And then the clean is the clean channel of the JP2C, same cab. I'm not using the detune on the clean. I'm actually using the Dimension C for the clean. The 2290 on the clean as well. So your clean is... So there's your clean. I do have a couple other patches made with the 5150 and a JCM 800 with an SD1 in front of it in there. I just don't really use them. The JCM patch, it's funny, the 800 patch, me and Jimmy were just talking about it before we went live, is actually it's not a dual detune, it's a wet dry. So you've only got the detune on one side. It's okay, it's got a lot of that mid quacky Marshallness in it. But once I got the JP stuff set, I just haven't really fucked with anything else. Zenfire says, Stephen Carpenter's new live rig is Bogner setup. Yeah. Yep. He's running the Uber Ultras. Royer 121 mic. It's a ribbon mic. See you, Joe.
Later.
It's across the pond, Blue Mox. The other pond, not the pond you're closer to. One day on one of these Tuesday nights, I'll pull up the editor and go through the and show the signal chain and shit. Maybe we can make a patch or something. Because I haven't really done that on here. It's an idea. Brian Peterson says, have you ever played the Soldano overdrive pedal? I have not.
Which one? The small one or the big one?
I haven't played any of them.
Just do yourself a favor. If you want one, get the big one.
That seems to be the what everybody says on that. I don't know if this breed clips to clean or not. Nope. The tone zone clips the clean. I'm sure with my piezo on, that sounded really Dan Huffish. Trying to remember what delay's on here. Yeah, that's the 2290. It's not going side to side. I did find that if you run the SDE style dual delays, it really gets washed out. If you have it in the mix enough where it's noticeable, it washes everything out. Even on leads, I think, like I said, the 2290 they did in this thing is pretty jam up and jelly tight. I think they did a really good job with the 2290. And of course, there's other delays and all that shit in there. They've got what they call 80s rack, and the The Dual is based off the SDE 3000. I forget what the 80s rack delay is based off of. But it ain't the SDE 3000 or the 2290. Maybe PCM 70 maybe. Not sure. I'd have to actually go through the manual and find out. Because that was the other big rack delay of the 80s, would have been the PCM 70. Yeah, we'll have to do that. I'll have to pull the editor up and sit here and make a patch or something. Because I've got, a lot of the stock cabs in this thing sound really good. Whereas a lot of modelers, the stock cabs sound like shit. And then I've got some cool IRs that sound pretty good. They're all, for the most part, they're all Friedman based. I've got the Petrucci IRs as well, and I've got old Leon Todd and Ola England's main IRs they use, and I thought about buying what's his name, Christian Cole. He's got the Carnivore IR pack. I think he's the one doing the official Eminence Carnivore IRs. I thought about picking his IR pack up. It's like $50. Blue Mock says, I really like turn up the gain till it gets fat, which is a balance to roll it back to kind of clean on the guitar knob volume, but we all have what we like. Yeah, see, I like gain. No verb. No verb. Yeah, I don't have patch or stomp mode set up on here to see what all's in there, but I'm pretty sure there's not any verb. I think the 2290 kind of has a little bit of verb to it. So I'm not a big reverb guy, especially on like gainier stuff. I don't like reverb on it. It's not really my thing. It gets a little, unless you just have a slight touch of it, it just fucking, to me, it just pushes everything backwards. The two metal warriors. That's us. We're the metal guy. Well, R2's a metal guy.
That's not reverb. That's it. That's all I got for reverb.
It's not much.
Nope.
You run verb on your dirty stuff too, or no?
Yeah, I just leave it on. You can't even tell that it's there or not. I mean, it's just enough for when you clean shit up as it becomes noticeable.
Right. There's Sugar Tush. Hey, Sugar Tush. I like to sneak a little verb in to where you can't really tell it's there. That's about the best I would do. I've been running it around 3%. Yeah. And, if live is a completely different situation. If you're playing through an actual amp and cab in a big room or something, if the room sounds fucking weird or something like that, might add a little bit. But I've never run reverb on a fucking. I mean, what do you need verb on something like this? It's got enough goo on it as is. I mean, and that's already fucking. I don't know how it is to y'all, but in my headphones, it's pretty huge sounding deal. I mean, especially you play big. That's pretty big in my headphones, so. So you're using a church reverb in the FM3. Point my toes at what? Ted says, hopefully I'll get my first real guitar this Christmas. Everyone can trash talk me on my playing. Nah. Think of it like this, Ted. Everybody sucks when they start. That's what she said. Everybody sucks when they start. Nobody's good when they first pick one up. So. Your words of wisdom. Yeah, I mean, that's the truth. I sucked. Jimmy sucked. Quentin still sucks. Just kidding, Quentin.
I'm glad it sucked when I first started playing because it drove the parental units absolutely mad. Because rock and roll's
the
devil's music.
Quentin, then for the record, Quentin does not suck at guitar. Quentin's actually a pretty damn good player. He just has his shtick. Most 80s players use delay instead of reverb, it sounds like. Yeah, except on cleans. They have shit was loaded in that. But you gotta think, most of that 80s, all the rack delays kind of had some reverb blended in with it in their delay algorithms, it seems.
All the lexicon reverbs were the shit back in the 80s.
Right.
Defining part, especially with, that 80s clean sound.
How the fuck does that one go? I'm waiting on Quentin to throw that in a jam.
I can hardly wait.
Well, if he watches this, that'll be clipped on Facebook in 5 minutes, and then he'll figure out how to throw it in there.
He hasn't been in here. He's probably sleeping off a Miracle Whip coma.
Miracle Whip coma. Cool. Scott says, I just suck at playing over your tracks because it's nothing I would ever play over myself. I mean, I suck at playing over a lot of them, especially if it's real slow. Fuck. Bless me.
Some kind of F-sharp major bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know no major, nothing. Cool. Well, we've been going an hour and 40 minutes. It's almost 11 o'clock my time. I guess it's about time to wrap this up. A Revenal Croc. Oh no, I mean Steve sucked at one time too, Ted.
You know who Jay Neubauer is?
Scott, that's what I do. I think so.
I like watching him. Dude's fucking... Yeah, he's good. I just watch so I can steal shit from him. Maybe more probably along the lines of, actually playing shit right, or...
I just don't have the mental capacity to sit here and learn theory. I don't give a fuck how many modes there are. I don't care how many scales there are. A to B.
I mean, if you have to go into that major stuff, that's when you go into jazz mode.
Well, like Scott said, if it's a major key, I just fucking play the relative minor. It's like John does on that C drop C bracking track. I think it's C Phrygian. John just plays A minor in it. I don't think A minor is the relative major of C. So, I mean, that would be C minor, C Phrygian, whatever. But A minor works and it makes it major.
I make the toes point. Sugar tush.
Yeah. No, I don't. You don't want to buy the Beato book for $100 on sale this weekend only, but it'll be on sale next weekend.
Or just click the link on that, obligatory website. This one weird trick, and you can learn the fretboard in 48 hours.
Somebody tried to explain the cage system to me one time. I'm like, that makes no fucking sense to me. Well, this is how you learn the theory, is the cage system. I'm like, no. That's maybe how you learned it. I find licks and riffs and solos and shit in songs that I like and figure those out, then just learn how to move that pattern into different keys. That's how I do it. That's how I've been doing it for 20-something years. Why stop now? It's like Steve said. I was talking to Steve about lessons, and he was like, I hate fucking teaching adults that have been playing for years because they've got that many years of bad habits to unlearn. He goes, and it's pretty much impossible to unlearn them. So, Scotty, I'm too dumb to learn the cage system, so there you go. Before you go, can we have a what you give is what you get riff?
Walkout music? What the fuck?
Yeah, I agree, Scotty. I think you just fucking learn however you learn and what works for you. Give it to him, Jimmy. Can you play it in the right tuning at least?
No.
You bastard. Rat, what you give is a nice melody. Rat still together, I think. Yeah, kinda. Do you know that one, Jimmy? Darren likes the Rat, man. He likes the Rat. That's a weird switch. I don't know. It does the fucking. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Darren got it. Bam! Body talk. That's one of my favorite Rat tunes. One day I'll learn that all the way through. The Hunter. That song's got a killer solo. Dock and Light. Dock and Jazz.
Thanks for sharing your bodily functions with us. That's awesome.
It's a great song. I just don't remember the solo. That's why I haven't played it in so fucking long. And I don't play the solo right anyway. I play like a mix of kind of what he did live. But fuck, I don't think even when they toured that album, he played that solo. I think he just winged it the whole time.
Yeah, I've never heard George play a solo the same twice.
If you ever listened to the live album Unleashed in the East, this just fucking million-mile-an-hour shred fest the entire time for that solo section. And he was so fucking clean back then. All the roids and the bodybuilding didn't do him any favors with his playing. What's up, Rob? Good to see you, bro. Oh, got a super chat from Blue Mox. Any rocking backing track you like. Love you dudes. Are you wanting us to play one, Blue? Naps and Viagra now. Blue sent us a super chat. Says, any rockin' backing track you like. Are you wanting us to play to a backing track? He's wanting us to play to one, Jimmy. You want to exit out on one?
Isn't this,
Yeah, but we're both sitting here with guitars at this point, just teasing everybody. Start playing fucking Creed. Scott said, if you play Creed, I'm unsubbing.
see you, Scott.
What do you think, Jimmy? You want to play them out?
All right.
We'll play the one that you like. All right, there you go. Fucking Tuesday night jam, one and only time. And we're going to fade it out on this one. like how you like me to play over the slow shit. There's your Tuesday night jam. We'll see all y'all maybe Thursday, but definitely Saturday. Later.
Bah.
Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you.